Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé, l'étendard sanglant élevé.
Rene Descartes was born in France in March 31st, 1596. He was born to quite a fairly wealthy parents. His father was a member of the local parliament. Although born in France, he lived most of his adult life in the Netherlands. Rene Descartes is also considered the father of modern philosophy because he broke away from all the major beliefs in the 1500s.
He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
Rene Descartes was truly a Renaissance man. He was a mathematician, a scientist, and a philosopher. Rene Descartes was also a quite educated person. At age 11, he went to College Royal, which was quite expensive and well-known school. After graduation, he went to university where he earned a bachelorate and law license in 1616. In 1618, after joining the army of Maurice of Nassau in Dutch Republic, he developed a great interest in mathematics and physics. In 1630, after his military career, he went back to school at Leiden University in the Netherlands, where he studied mathematics and astronomy. Rene Descartes also wrote 3 well-known books. Discourse on Meditation. Meditation's First Philosophy. Meditation, Objection and Replies. Descartes also discovered and advanced in math as well. He created the analytical geometry. He contributed to such fields as optics and law of reflections. He also developed the Cartesian geometry, which Einstein uses in E = mc squared. As with many philosophers, Descartes had questions about God and God's existence. Descartes tried to prove that God exists. His argument was, as human, he is nowhere perfect, so he couldn't have caused the Creator himself. So something else must have caused his existence. When we look at the chain of causes, it all must eventually lead to somewhere, and the somewhere must be one thing must be God. So therefore God must exist. Another way of looking at it is everything you touch is reality. When you touch a paper, it has a cause. Cause is the plant has a cause, the ground has a cause, the earth. So it all must eventually lead to something from the start. That something must be God. A perfect being that has no cause or fault.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. In the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
How does one know that one is alive, that he exists, or he doesn't exist?
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
How do you know your mind is not controlled by evil scientists? Descartes called it adventitious, meaning thoughts entering the mind from outside source. Like the movie Matrix, can you prove your world, everything around you is real? All your thoughts and desires is actually yours and not some computers or someone else. Are you choosing all your actions, or are you already chosen for you? It's already been done, and you just live in it. Descartes believed that there are only 3 possibilities to explain this: adventitious and factitious, which means manufactured by the mind itself. The third one is innate, inscribed on the mind by God, or in this case, by a computer. So every action you're taking, is it coming from an outside source, or is it actually coming from your mind? Is the hot chick part of your imagination, or does she really exist? Does the mind, body, and soul exist in the same entity, or different entity in different places? I think, therefore I am. In Latin, cogito ergo sum. Well, it can't be as simple as that, just those 3 words, which means you exist, which prove that you exist, which makes you think you exist, but do you really exist? According to Descartes, these 3 words mean you exist. What does those 3 words exactly mean? I think, therefore I am. While you're watching this video, you have the ability to go to sleep, keep watching, or walk out. Which means you have multiple options and you're thinking what should you do. And only you could come to a conclusion on the action you choose. So therefore you thought, so you exist as an entity, and not a thought of someone else or something. So you just proved yourself you exist. Rene Descartes' work influenced the last 400 years. Whether they agree or disagree with him, his work is still influential to many people today. On February 11, 1650, Descartes died in Stockholm, Sweden. He was teacher to Queen of Sweden named Christina. He was later buried in Paris.